All right, good morning, good afternoon. How are you guys doing? Thank you for coming. This is the morning mix with DeMarcus Tunstall, but I guess today is afternoon mix. I'm really excited. Hello, YouTube. We're waiting for Facebook to come online. Let's see here, Facebook Live. Facebook Live. All right, we got YouTube and Facebook Live. For those of you who want to find me on YouTube and watch me, you go to Humble and Focused, all one word, Humble and Focused. And if you type that in, you'll be able to find my videos. It's the same videos that you're seeing, just in case you want to do them on YouTube. So let's get started. I'm really kind of excited about today. Today is a little bit different than what I normally do. I normally give you guys inspiration, but today I'm going to give you a little bit different inspiration, but I want to read to you guys today. This book right here is called If I Only Knew. Hold on. If I Only Knew. There we go. If I Only Knew. Obviously, this one particular one is 99 cents. I don't know why, but it's a really great book. It was shared with me by Marlene. Marlene, I thank you. And last night, I actually wanted to share with my my ex, or I guess, I don't know what we are, but anyways, I want to share with her. But she wasn't acting right, so she didn't get a chance to hear it. So, but I do want to share it with you because the people on here, you guys mean something to me also. I may not know who's watching all the time. I may not see you, but I can guarantee you if you're watching this, either you need a little bit of inspiration or you like me, and I appreciate that too. But I want to read this to you because this is a pretty great freaking book. The reason for this book is actually kind of sad, but the book itself will kind of give you a little bit of enlightenment and maybe help you to get to your day. So I'm going to read this real quick. And I'm not going to read the whole introduction, but I'm going to read a little bit. So it says, what is your life? You are a mist that appears before for a while, and then you vanish. James 4:14. So it says, while writing this book, the 14-year-old son of a friend of mine left home on his yellow bike, heading for soccer practice, as he done countless times before, and he was hit broadside by a car. The car, a 16-year-old young man, was distracted and somehow never even saw Spencer until he hit the windshield. In that tragic moment, a boy's life vanished like a mist, leaving behind a grieving mother who obviously loved him. We live in an uncertain world. When we leave home in the morning, we assume we will all return in the evening. When we say goodbye to loved ones, we take it for granted that we will see them again. We presume that they all know we love them, so seldom say the words. Unfortunately, we fail to consider mortal reality that this may not be the case. Until it's too late, tomorrow does not always come. Someone once said that life is so short, and so it keeps short accounts with God. That's wise advice, but I also like to add in that we should also keep short accounts with every person who is in our circle in our lives. We never know when life will come to an end, dramatically change, and sometimes permanent. Think about it. Don't let the regrets of if I only knew to be the final marker of your life. Be swift to love, hurry to be kind, and take time to make someone feel special. Freely give hugs and kisses, and may I love you often be on your lips, by Lance Wubbels. Lance Wubbels. There you go. All right, so I'm going to get into the book. That was the introduction. So you guys can see that this book is a different caliber. So I'm going to read this to you. I really hope you guys, I recommend trying to find this. It was hard to find a new copy, and it's expensive if you do. But try to find this book and have it on the shelves. Read it to your children. You know, they know that they're loved, okay? Here we go. So, If I Only Knew by Lance Wubbels, okay? Here we go. If I only knew I would never hear your voice again, I would cherish every word, every inflection of your voice with all my heart. If only I knew this is our last hug, I would hold you tight and hope you never let go. If only I knew this is the last time, the very last time I would see you, I would take this time to treasure everything about you. If only I knew I had the chance to pray with you one more time, I would take your hands and welcome God's presence around us. If only I knew that disagreements did not mean lack of love, I would have been hurt less often. If only I knew that even when everything in my life seems to go wrong and comes crumbling down around me, even when my heart is broken, God has promised to always be with me. If only I knew how often and how badly I had misjudged people, I would have opened my heart more often to love and be loved. If only I knew that no one ever sees the same thing in exactly the same light, I would have found more pleasure in others' opinions, even when they did not share mine. If only I knew that I was powerless to change other people, I would have stopped trying and would have been free to love them for who they are, flaws and all. If only I knew that momentary pleasures could ruin a reputation for a lifetime, I would have found the strength to say no to temptation. If only I knew tomorrow was not coming, I would ask you to please forgive me for any wrong I may have done to you. If only I knew that this was our final kiss, I would use it to tell you that you are loved, that you are the love of my life. If only I knew I could never share another day with you, I would make the most of every second. If only I knew that this is the last gift I could give you, I would surprise you with something that says nothing compares with you. If only I knew that miracles do happen, I would cling to God with all my heart and soul. If only I knew I was caught in the trap of living for tomorrow and a future that existed only in my imagination, I would have slowed my pace, drawn boundaries around my work, and taken time for the people I love. If only I knew my choices, however small and seeming insignificant, were taking me away from you, I would turn around and run to you. If only I knew your hand would never hold mine again, I would wish this moment would never end. If only I knew my voice was about to go silent, my words to you would be punctuated with I love yous. If only I knew that a break in our relationship might go unresolved, I would do everything within my power to mend it. If only I knew that no word of love is ever lost, I would have allowed my tongue more freedom to truly speak from my heart. If only I knew the destructive power of gossip, slander, and talking behind other people's backs, I would have chosen my words more carefully. If only I knew that sometimes it's not better to know, I would have spared myself headaches and cares that I was never meant to carry. If only I knew that my past is no excuse for who I am now, that truth could have set me free to change. If only I knew that success is never measured in dollars or positions, I would have treasured the things that last forever. If only I knew that wonders surround all we do, everywhere, all the time, I would have searched my little corner of the world and been continuously amazed. If only I knew that grief and heartache could be so deep and devastating, I would have been there more often for others. If only I knew that baskets of beliefs are of little value, I would have made certain that my beliefs were turned into convictions that set the course of my life. If only I knew that others were watching my life as an example, that my life was influencing others, I would have asked God to shape my character to be a reflection of His heart. If only I knew that even a child's days are sometimes cut short, I would wish for more long nights of rocking you to sleep. If only I knew that it was wrong to put others under my own expectations and make them feel guilty, I would have stopped manipulating them and chosen love as the higher way. If only I knew how little I understood or actually understood about you, I would listen closer to your words, search out your thoughts, and seek to know your deepest desires of your heart. If only I knew that moments of you would be so precious, I would take the time to carefully gather your life story. If only I knew that anyone can bring words of comfort, encouragement, and healing, who knows how many lives I could have touched. I like that one. If only I knew that friendships are so precious, I would have never taken for granted anyone, especially you. If only I knew our phone call would be the last one I'd have, I would only speak loving words. If only I knew I was about to lose your smile, I would thank you for all the joy you've brought to my life. If only I knew the love and strength and support you've always given me were about to end, I would run to your side and thank you for the millions of times you've made the difference in my life. If only I knew that God created me for a purpose, I would have passionately sought Him out to discover what He desired. If only I knew that it was never too late to rewrite one's life story, I would have pulled out my pen sooner. Let me read that one again. I love that one too. If only I knew that it was never too late to rewrite one's life story, I would have pulled out my pen sooner. If only I knew that God closes a door, that when God closes a door, he opens another, I would have been less afraid of change and welcoming of new opportunities and adventures. If only I knew that sticking with it is a way of life, I would have learned more from my failures and setbacks. If only I knew God gives us a lifetime to become the person he wants us to be, I would have been more patient with myself and others. If only I knew that something so stupid and wrong would hurt you so badly, I would take a stand and never let it happen. That's character, integrity, all those things. If only I knew that it is not enough to empty my life of wrong, but to fill it with things that truly matter. If only I knew that everything depends upon what you believe and that ignorance is no excuse, I would have been more vigilant to put truth into my heart. If only I knew how often I blindly accepted others' beliefs, copied someone else's life, and tried to imitate their spiritual experience, I would have found my own and made them real. If only I knew that the love of God, knowing God loves me, reaches into my fears and insecurities, I would have allowed his love to surround and engulf and pierce into the depths of my soul. Awesome. If only I knew that real happiness is a state of mind and there is no substitute for a good attitude, I would have been more thankful for what I had and the chance to live and work and to love. If only I knew there is so much more to life than being safe, I would have been quick to give myself to others. If only I knew the depths of wisdom and insight possessed by people around me, I would have spoken less and listened more. If only I knew that this is our last walk, I would try to impress my feelings for you, even though my words have always been inadequate. That's me. If only I knew I would never tuck you into bed again, I would cuddle you tight, refuse to rush, and enjoy the wonder of being with you. If only I knew my days were coming to an end, I would number them carefully, one by one, and ask God to help me make the best use of my time because the days are far too fleeting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's the book. Like I said, this is If Only I Knew by Lance Wubbels. It's a fantastic book. Read it to your children, read it to your kids, and most of all, let people who are important to you in your life know that they are important. You know, buy this book and share it with people. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this book and I'm going to start passing it around. I want people to sign it because this is a testament to what people can actually mean to you and what people do mean to you. And sometimes we take for granted and we get lost in the everyday shuffle of what we think is important. But the thing is, we weren't born to have a job. We weren't born to be so busy that we miss out on the important things. We were born to live. And this book represents that not only life can represent something great, that the people around us and the connections that we make can be even greater. And that's all I have for you guys today. I truly hope you got something from this. I really love that book. And I really want you guys to know that I love and believe in each and every one of you, whether we've been fighting or not, whether I haven't spoken to you or not. You know, those things I'm working through. But just understand that there's a part of me that really truly cares about you. And it will never change. And I love you guys. And thank you guys for being here. And I appreciate you. And remember, if you only knew that today was your last day, would you live it right now the way you're living it? And if not, how would you change it? Now, when you answer that, go do that. If you can. I would. All right, guys, gals, and things, and people, animals, thank you for being here too. I appreciate you. Have a blessed day. Talk to you soon.